Aloha and welcome to Showcase Hawaii, Hawaii's only home shopping show. I'm Wayne Nunez.
I'm Lori Nunez.
We have a great show for you.
Everyone needs the perfect hoop earring.
Well, you know, we feature hoop earrings all the time, and we feature different sizes, but I think this is one of the larger hoop earrings that we've featured.
Right.
And we try and, if you notice, if you've been watching lately, we try and bring back the more populars because a lot of times we get questions like, oh, I saw this on the last show, and I was wondering if you're having a special.
Right.
This is one of those items that's going to be coming back a lot because I think people really love pearls. And I think the contrast between the pearl and the silver, and then you add the hoop.
Right. Well, it's a classic. I mean, everybody loves and wants that perfect hoop. So there's a lot of features when you look at this earring. So first off, starting from the top, I love having the ease and simplicity of the hook. You just slip it through your pierced ear.
And let's not forget, it's 0.925 sterling silver.
Right.
So if you're putting that hook through your pierced ear,
Right.
you want it to be a precious metal, which this is.
So there's no sensitivity, no issues there. And then I like that, and this is really important to me at least, is to have that movement in the earring so that when you move, it moves. And that's very attractive. You know, I always talk about when you're talking to someone and they notice because that hoop is moving. So you can see that it will move through the hook area.
Now, what Lori is talking about is the hook is actually independently attached to the hoop itself.
Right.
So it's not one piece.
Right.
So that's where you're going to get that movement that she's talking about when she's telling me to go dump the garbage or rake the leaves on the lawn, and she's cracking the whip to cook her something for dinner. That's what she's talking about.
The earring's gonna move when
the earring's
yelling.
gonna move. Yes,
You're
it's
so
gonna.
funny. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
The earring.
Okay.
It's funny because the earring is like an exclamation point when you're talking, so it's perfect.
Okay, and let's look at the dimensions.
So the dimensions are, it's about from the top, about 2.5 inches
To the bottom of the pearl.
To the bottom of the pearl, but the diameter of the circle itself is about 1.5 inch. Now you have your choice between the black pearl or the white pearl, which you see on screen.
That's so hard.
Yeah.
And you know, at this great price, and we always try and price it really well. And
well,
don't
this
forget,
is a really good price.
Don't forget you get free shipping. Yeah, so for this quality and being 0.925 sterling silver, it's an amazing price. So I know many of you are going to want to just get the white and the black pearl, which I think is a good idea because then you'll have it to match everything in your wardrobe.
Well, it's interesting. Pearls have gone up. Natural pearls are untouchable. Natural pearls are like museum pieces now. Almost like 14 karat gold. It's just getting outrageous.
But this is a freshwater pearl, and it's a good size, approximately 8 millimeter. Of course, you know each pearl is going to be slightly different, but that's what people love. They love having that uniqueness and seeing that it is a beautiful pearl. You can see again that the pearl at the bottom can slide along that hoop. So again, you're going to have that movement.
Yeah, you're going to have another independent point of movement with the pearl. As Lori said, it slides along the hoop, which you have the hook itself attached to the hoop and then the pearl attached to the hoop. So there's 2 points of movement that it's as far as the design goes. I also want to point out the freshwater pearls and the silver has also been quite expensive.
Yes,
so
everything's going up.
For us to have a pair of earrings, yes, you get 2, 1 for each ear. So if you're seeing this special, grab it because I don't know how long this will last.
Well, I also want to say that, you know, we've continued to offer free shipping and there is another postage increase.
Yes.
And so everything keeps going up and we're doing our best. We appreciate all of you, and all of you are writing, sending text messages, emails, even calling us to say thank you for keeping everything so affordable. And we know, I mean, Hawaii people love giving gifts, and so we also want to continue trying to keep it affordable, offering you that free shipping anywhere on the US mainland, and of course anywhere in Hawaii. And if you're watching from somewhere other than Hawaii, then you know that it will be free shipping to you. You can also send it as a gift. It's funny, we have a lot of customers on the mainland who will order and send a gift to someone locally.
Yes,
so, you know,
we have that
it's
all
family,
the time.
Right?
Yes.
And they're just thinking, oh, I know you're going to love something from Showcase Hawaii. And of course, a lot of people ordering for themselves or to give us gifts on the mainland as well. Always exciting for us. And of course, we've been getting a lot of international orders as well.
All around the world. If you notice our big mahalos or our mahalos at the bottom of the screen, you can see people are ordering from all around, and we really love that. But we're, as Lori said, we're trying to keep that free shipping for as long as we can, because shipping prices keep going up and up, but we keep having these great deals on all of our products, which we're happy to do for you. I want to point out that I guess it's more you. So Lori's officially old.
Thanks.
I gotta say it. She, and I used to think, how can anybody do this? She was running around the house the other day asking me where she put her glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, I wasn't paying attention because I was doing something else. I was probably waiting for her.
And I always tell myself I should put it in the same place so I don't lose it.
So she goes to the office, no glasses. She goes to the bathroom, no glasses. She goes to her dressing table, no glasses. She goes to the living room, no glasses. Kitchen, no glasses. Outside by the patio,
in the car.
No glasses. Running to the car, no glasses. Asking me for my keys to my car. Runs to there. Looks for her glasses, no glasses. Comes back to me, which I didn't touch her glasses, and asks me, have you seen my glasses? Like it's my fault that I don't know where her glasses are.
Like he moved it.
I was on my phone, I look up, and I say, yeah, they're on your head.
I know, that happens all the time.
So it took maybe 25 minutes to figure out.
Not that long.
She was running around the whole place looking for her glasses, and
See,
they were
I
on
don't
her
feel bad about you telling that story because I know everybody sitting there is going, that happens to me all the time.
well, I'll tell this story. So I'm on the officially, getting there. So I was looking for my glasses, and sometimes when you look
Now
for
the
your
truth
glasses,
comes out.
sometimes when you look for them, you really have lost them. So I was looking for my glasses, and I can see, but I can't. I mean, without my glasses, because I'm wearing contacts now, I could see, but I can't see super clear. So I'm looking through the house, and I'm not running around, and I'm not asking her, and I'm not like putting out all.
So it makes him better.
I'm not putting a all points bulletin out. So I'm looking, and then I think, oh, I know where they are. So I'm walking casually.
And I hear boom.
Yes. I run
What is that?
into the glass sliding door because I have to say I keep those doors pretty clean.
And I said, do we need to put the butterfly stickers at eye level?
And I'm like, no butterfly stickers. So I leave this huge face imprint on the door, and then I realize,
Oh my gosh.
obviously the door's closed.
Thank you for your honesty.
But I did find my glasses within, I'd say 3 minutes as opposed
Right.
to 25 minutes. So I guess I'm not that bad after all. Now, I shouldn't say that's an old thing because I think I remember as a kid running into the glass door
Oh, I did.
several times.
But we used to have the butterfly stickers.
Yes, we
At
did.
eye
We had.
level.
I think we had something similar. And then I remember my dad running into the glass door. And not only did he run into it, he knocked it off its track.
Oh my gosh, that's
and
hard.
it fell off. And luckily it didn't break. But my brother and I were laughing so hard that we were crying. And he got so mad at us for laughing.
Well, because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but when you're older, come on. You should,
Lucky he didn't get a
roll
concussion or something.
He probably did have one, and we didn't even realize it. But back to our Pōʻai Pearl Hoop sterling silver earrings. These are fantastic earrings. These are great for any age. You wear them, our daughter wears them, and that's a, span of age there. So I think anybody's going to love them. Also, the feature of having black or white pearls, because I would say they're both classic.
Well, and we wanted to offer you a buy two special because instead of making it so hard for you to decide, I mean, I've had people on the phone for a long time saying, I don't know which one I should get.
Actually, yes, you're
which
right.
Which one should I get?
I've said to Lori several times, why were you on the phone so long? And because we have this whole system where you could see how long you spend with a customer, and some customers were chatting and whatnot, and the rest of the staff likes to hear how their family is and whatnot. But you talk to people,
and it's hard because
that.
I don't even know sometimes what to pick, but I like both, and then it depends what you wear the most.
Yes.
And of course, white matches everything, but black matches everything. And you don't have to be wearing black earrings with black clothes or white earrings with white clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really complements anything. So I also have a lot of you who will say, in fact, I just had someone yesterday saying, well, I'm going to send one as a gift for sure. I know who I'm sending to because it's their birthday coming up and they're hard to shop for, but I know they're going to love this. And then I know I'm going to have to give another gift, so I want you to send, one is going to be for me, but then either it's going to be for them or for them to give to someone.
Right.
And
can I point out, we always put our items, we always package it in a way, either in a gift box or organza bag.
Gift bag.
We always package it in a way for you to either give it to somebody or, present it in a way that is a gift.
Right, and I always think it's fun to open a gift for yourself.
That's true,
because
too.
how many gifts do you get for yourself throughout the year?
Well,
so why not have it be not just,
for somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people love our packaging anyway because they say when they open our packages, it feels so special. We don't just throw it in a box. We actually wrap it for you to kind of have an experience.
Right. Well, someone called recently and she said, I save so much because you guys wrap the gifts for me, so I don't have to go out and buy a box or look for a box or spend on a box.
Well, remember
so
when you used to, the old school, way back when you used to go to a department store and you used to buy an item and they used to either
give you tissue paper.
At first
box.
they would wrap it. This was, I'm dating myself. So this, way back when, they would offer free gift wrapping. And we're talking full on bows and everything.
Right.
So I remember that.
Then later they started charging for that.
Then they started charging
Then
for
they
that.
started giving you just the box.
Right, but you had to go and get the box.
Then later they wouldn't give you tissue, they just give you the box.
Right. Now
then they won't give you anything.
Yeah, now you even have to ask for a bag.
Oh yeah, you got to bring your own bag.
If you ask for the bag, you got to pay for the bag. So we are not like that. Well, we are going to include that.
Well, so I want to say that this is something I wear all the time.
Yes.
I mean, I can wear this casual. You can be wearing shorts or jeans, but then you can also just, so you can wear it to the office and then you can wear it straight out Pahana or, anything you want to do or event or dinner.
And that's a good point because I would say you could dress it up or dress it down. If you have long hair, this looks great because it doesn't get lost in your hair. You could actually see it. If you have short hair, it looks really good because it's a highlight and a nice feature.
But speaking of if, people will get attracted to the earring and the movement, and so they're talking to you and watching you. But I just want to caution you, make sure that they still look ahead if you guys are walking, because talking about walking into things, I've been in Waikiki and walked into a pole before.
And my daughter inherited that talent because she's walked into a pole too while
and
talking.
I was so shocking because you're just like looking to the side, not expecting a pole to be there, and what is it doing in the middle of the whatever sidewalk? It should be more to the edge.
That's how dazzling the earrings are, or that's how, you know, interesting your conversation is. So either way.
So always look ahead.
Right.
But this is more, you know, if you're sitting talking, so you're safe and not going to walk into a pole or a wall. But anyway, these are...
Maybe you're out dancing. We have a lot of people that still go out dancing.
Oh, I know. That's so nice.
That's a way to do it. Maybe you're playing pickleball and you want to distract the other person on the other team.
We were just talking to Debbie, and she was telling us that she went on a cruise, and it was so nice to get dressed up and go to dinner.
Oh, that's true.
So for those of you traveling, or, you know, I mean, you could just be at home and you want to go out, but, you know, when you want to take a break from the kitchen and the heat and you just want to go out, I mean, why not dress up a little bit, put on your hoop earrings with your pearls, and have fun. Enjoy that moment out. Lunch, dinner, breakfast.
I think the hardest part will be deciding, do you order the white pearls or do you order the black pearls?
So buy two.
Or, yes, I think that's a good idea. Take advantage of our buy two special. It's very easy to order. You could give us a call at 888-965-7467.
Or 808-892-3337.
Or log on to www.showcasehawaii.tv.
Looking for Hawaii-inspired items at affordable prices? Watch Showcase Hawaii at 6:30 a.m., 3 p.m., and 12:30 a.m. every day on Spectrum Channel 1016.
We have to actually keep reminding you that this is a great item.
Yes.
And it's super affordable. And it comes with the chain.
Right.
And it's great for a woman or a man.
Yes.
Or a younger person.
Yes.
But we have so many different options because this is customizable. It's our Hawaiian scroll 14 karat gold plated over sterling silver vertical bar pendant. Now, actually, a lot of people like a longer chain.
Yes.
But I want to point out, because this bar itself is about 1.5 inches
2 inch and 3/4
to 1 inch and 3/4, it falls very long. So believe it or not, I'm wearing an 18-inch chain, and look where it falls. It falls in the perfect V.
Right in your collar line.
Exactly. And I only have one button undone. Oh, actually, maybe I have 2 buttons undone. Now, if I was to do it low, number one,
you probably go shorter.
And you couldn't handle it. So I would basically I'd just be too much if I had it down lower. But this 18-inch is a perfect length chain, and my neck is a bigger neck, so I want you to know, for all the guys, if you're wondering, this is what an 18-inch chain with the vertical bar pendant looks like. Now on Lori, she's wearing an adjustable chain.
Right, and I want to point out too, what you're seeing on your screen is there's different styles you can pick from. So what you see is the raised gold, and then it's the cutout Miley leaf edge. And then on the back of the pendant, you can have something nice engraved. And it makes it so special because the person you gift it to will always treasure and cherish that message from you. Now, it's also available in sterling silver. That's 0.925 sterling silver. You can see that this is also a Miley cutout. And it's just beautiful because it gives you that option. There's those of you that love sterling silver, and then those of you that want to have that cutout design in the gold plated. But this one does have the flower, and then this one now has the honu.
We keep
So
switching
there's so
on.
many.
It's funny because we get a lot of callers that call in and they say, "I just saw this. Oh, wait, it's on the it's on the screen. It was on the screen.
Right.
Oh, but it
They
was this.
changed it.
They changed it." So we like to cycle through our photos, but if you see something you like, you can take a picture with your phone. We've
Right.
had people take a picture with their phone and text it to us. We have so many options when you're customizing this.
Right.
Not only can you customize it with your name, but the design style that you could customize it with, we can do it. Now, if you have a special request, it's not extra. You just need to tell us.
Right.
And we can reach out to our engraver that we have here in Hawaii, and we could ask them. But you could see here, it's almost a 2-inch with the bail. It's almost a 2-inch long piece.
I think the thing about custom pieces is the person that you gift it to knows that you went through and took the time to figure out what to put on the pendant. So for example, you've got the ku'uipo, which is sweetheart in Hawaiian, and you have the cutout with the raised gold lettering, or you have the traditional black lettering with a straight edge.
With the holidays coming up, I think that this is a great gift because, well, people are looking for something personal.
Right.
And they want something affordable, something that's kind of Hawaiiana, and then it comes with the chain. That's always a bonus.
That is a huge bonus, and it's not just any chain.
Yeah, we upgraded the chain.
Right. It's a gold-filled 18-karat, 18-inch rope chain.
Right.
So what I think is appealing about this piece is that, like you said, it's custom, so you can personalize it. You can put any name you want on the front. Some people even put initials or their last name or a nickname. And then just for $15, 15, you could do a very nice engraving on the back. So some people might do a message or a heart shape. But I think that this vertical design is very flattering.
Yeah, I think for men and women, it's flattering.
Right.
Even somebody younger, they'd really love it. But we've had so many people order them initially, and then like, oh, you know what? I thought of somebody else.
Right.
I'm going to order it for them.
Yes.
And then they keep ordering it with us every year. Now, this is the gold-plated. We also have it in the silver. The gold-plated is over 0.925 sterling silver.
Yes.
So just so you know, it is that precious metal underneath the gold plating. But you can also get it in the sterling silver just without any plating.
And it's electronically plated, so it's going to stay.
Right.
And I think that's the question we get a lot. So here's a really nice way of making it personalized. And so you have the heart shape, and then you can write your message. And there's so many messages. Some are too personal to put on, or some have very special meanings. But let me just point out to you that this is where, you know, you have your choice of how you want the lettering. So this is raised gold. And then it's got that maili leaves along the edge and a flower on top. And all of those are optional. This one has a scroll on top and a scroll on bottom. Of course, you could just do scroll on top.
Right.
Or just do scroll on bottom.
Or a flower just on top. But there's so many different combinations and choices that you could make that, you know, if you don't see anything on the site, give us a call or text us or message us, I should say, and ask, because it doesn't hurt to ask.
And you can even write in the notes, oh, I'd like to have scroll on the bottom, flower on top, if you know, are trying to figure out what you want. And I think that it just shows the person that you're gifting it to that you really had to think about it. You had to plan this in advance.
Well, it's funny because some of the people that call in even, they know the name. Well, I gotta say though, we have had a few people call in and they're sure that they know how to spell the name, and it turns out to be wrong.
Well, and I'm going to say nowadays, but we talk about this, right? It's every generation has their creative own kind of journey with their names and everything else they do. So you'll come up with a really creative name, but then grandma has a little difficult time remembering the spelling, or that it's so different. And so I don't know. It happens. I mean, we've seen that in our own family when someone isn't quite sure how to spell a certain name.
Usually, though, it's funny because if we see a name that we're thinking, oh, I don't know if they spelled it right, we'll usually give you a call and will ask to confirm the name. And I think people really appreciate that because they know they have an unusual name, and we want to make sure that we're spelling it right. Some people use all capital letters, and that looks interesting too.
Right.
You have to really watch out though. If you're going to use all capital letters, you have to. We'll work with you to make sure that it's legible, because there's a lot of flourishes in the capital letters.
Now this is the beautiful and traditional black enamel lettering
With the Miley.
Yes, so very, very pretty. And I think the fun part is just deciding how you want to make it. And yours is not going to look like anyone else's because it is all hand engraved by our local master engraver.
Even if you had two people with the same name, it's not going to look the same because
it's
like
handmade
you said,
locally.
They're handmade.
Yeah. And then, depending on the length of the name, and some people have names with just a few letters, and then other people have names with a lot of letters. So our engraver, he is really good at this. I mean, he's been doing it for over 30 years. And
I want to point that out, what you said. Depending on how many letters you have, we can go up to, this will hold up to 8 letters. If you go over the 8 letters, there is an additional charge. But it's funny, we found most people fit within that 8-letter range.
Seems to work.
It does seem to work, which is nice. But the 18-inch chain hangs very nicely. For me, I could even wear an 18-inch chain because the pendant falls right in the V of my collared shirt. And for you, this is where it falls a little lower than your collarbone.
Right, which is perfect.
It is perfect.
I like it.
But it depending on who's wearing it, it's going to look different too.
Now, for any occasion, we have had this gifted for graduations, for birthdays, for the holidays, for anything that you want for that person to find it memorable, I think. Because every time they look at it, and every time they get a compliment when they're wearing it, and every time they read the back engraving, they're going to think of you.
It's very easy to order. You could give us a call at 888-965-7467.
Or 808-892-3337.
Or log on to www.showcasehawaii.tv. Well, we hope you were able to get in on one of these great deals today.
The ordering process is so fast and so easy, so log on to showcasehawaii.tv.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.